Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Dinosaur and the Dude, the only podcast in the fucking world with the shittiest audio with the most amazing content. Love that you all are listening to us, and we really appreciate it. So sit back and relax as we start this episode.
So, did you see that?
Don't worry. I'm
wax on, wax off.
I'm not going to put it in, but I am going to put in everything after this because we cracked it up.
Oh, please tell me that's part of it.
We cracked it up and we were good to go. Hey, everybody.
Love it. Hey, everybody.
What is going on? That's right.
I need to know.
That's right. It's episode 2 of season
3. 2. You know what I'm saying? 3-2.
Season 3, episode 2. For everybody that heard season 1, it's like, there's no way they're doing another one. Fuck you.
Like that fucking. Can we even hear them this time?
We're back.
That's right. 3.2.
Before we get into it, just want to make sure everybody completely knows if you skipped season 1 and season 2, you need to know this right the fuck now.
Mm-hmm.
She's the dinosaur.
Oh, hey, that's me.
And I'm the dude. And here are the fucking disclaimers. Okay, everyone, before we get started into this episode, whatever we might be talking about might be triggering. So here's the warning. Just be mindful of what we are saying is definitely something that we're not trying to trigger you on, but just some of the topics might be a little iffy in regards to, yeah. Exactly. That's the word I was trying to say.
Fragile, delicate.
Yeah. And we're not saying that you are. It's just that some of the content might trigger somebody in a certain way.
It's offensive.
We talk about different things that happen to people that could be assaults or somebody could be killed or
we do try to give trigger warnings though. So I'll give you the quick disclaimer.
Yeah. So you all listen to her. The dinosaur is going to go over the disclaimer because I can't, because I don't give a fuck. She cares way more. She cares way more than I do, even though she'll say the opposite. So you all listen to the disclaimer. It's here for your benefit. Here's the dinosaur. Also, everything that we're saying in our episodes, unless we state otherwise, is all for entertainment. And there's no there's nothing that we're giving away as advice or of a matter of fact that you should go out in the world and do your own thing. We're basically saying we're not responsible for whatever fuck ups you experience after listening to us and trying to do whatever the fuck we're talking about. That's on you. Okay. All right. Now she'll finish out the rest of the disclaimer.
We don't know shit, and we don't try to say that we know shit. We like the internet, and it likes us, so we play together sometimes, but don't take anything that we say to heart. Don't take it as the gospel. Don't take it as an expert of any kind, because we don't know shit. We just like to hang out and with y'all and talk about goofy shit or funny shit or scary shit or real shit or whatever shit. And
it's just all shit. Yeah.
It's all shit with the audio shit, you know? So, I mean, that's pretty much, that's our moniker. Okay. Yeah. So if we know that we're going to offend you, so we get that. At some point we will offend somebody. And if we do, we're sorry. Find another podcast. Not that we don't want you here. It's just that if we're going to be in the habit of offending you, then we don't want to hurt your feelings. So, but if you're not 18, please don't listen to this. And I think that might be it.
Now,
good job.
First off,
both of us.
Yeah. Well, high five. There it is.
There you go.
First off, R.I.P. David Lynch, to the weirdest motherfucker I've ever connected with, and I've just connection with this fucker, and this just pausing for that.
Look it up. Oh. I got to look him up. I don't know who it is.
David Lynch?
Yeah, I know. Don't
Twin
give me
Peaks?
that voice. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that
He
guy.
was a good one, huh? I
Yeah,
liked
he
him.
was in a class all by himself, and that's where he should have been, and that's where people like him deserve to be amazing individual. From what I can tell from his art, again, my stance on the art versus the artist. I can only appreciate
Yes,
him through his art since I did not know him
correct.
personally as
Right.
the
You
artist.
know, he died 4 days shy of his birthday.
Yeah, those people, that's kind of weird. I mean, it's not weird like,
Wouldn't it be
ooh,
amazing to go in and go out at the same
some
on the same
people
date?
some people do.
Oh,
Some people do, and that's the weird one to me. It's like, whoa, wow, wow. That you literally bookend yourself. You
yeah.
yeah.
I'm actually looking it up right now because there has to be.
How many people?
There,
Like a
it's called, yeah, people who are born and die on the same day of the year are said to have a birthday effect, which is statistically, it's a statistical phenomenon suggesting that individuals may be slightly more likely to die on their birthday compared to others. I think the only reason why they say that is
Mhm.
because it's at the after fact. You already know that they born and died on the same day. You
Yeah,
wouldn't, there's no way to say that they were a statistic prior to
yeah.
them doing that.
And
Right. Well, I guess with lots of things, of course.
yeah, and not to sound evil, this isn't counting babies, right?
No, I don't do babies.
No, no, no. I'm saying like,
I don't even do birthday babies.
no, I'm saying like, how you can have stillborns and something like that, and people say, yeah, they were born,
Oh,
they
that one.
died.
Yeah, that way. Sorry, I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about, yeah,
yeah,
save the children. What's wrong with you?
yeah, right.
Crikey.
Because
Um,
I was thinking statistically, they're counting people that were born, lived a considerable amount of years,
right,
and
right.
then died on the same day.
Okay.
Um,
Ooh,
'Cause
I'm on statistics Reddit
oh man, oh Jesus.
and I love math.
If there's
So,
a weird spot on Reddit, it's statistics Reddit,
what's the chance that you die on the same date as you were born? And there are 15 answers.
of course.
The first one's odd mod, so that's stupid. About a what?
Yeah, you're on Reddit, so there's gonna be a lot.
About 1 in 365 for natural deaths and incidences, probably higher if we include murder, suicide. People who have birthdays on holidays, definitely lower for people born on leap day.
Yeah.
Captain Obvious.
I mean, it's kind of a,
Hello?
I mean, no, but I get what they're getting at because it's like you gotta kind of, you gotta kind of set some parameters to what it is you're
Parameters.
asking because it's like, okay, if they were born on a day and died on that same day, well, not the same day, died on the same date years
Right.
later, you kind of want to also eliminate people that made that possible on purpose by way of
Mm-hmm.
suicide. So I kind of get what they're
Right.
saying with that because it's like some people get kind of cute and want to do it, on the same day. So you're kind of wanting to eliminate that because it's kind of cheating as opposed to a natural death person. So
Right.
I kind of
Right.
get what they're saying, but
I mean,
I
I
don't know
guess
what
if you
it's
could
called.
categorize it, right?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, and I don't know, how you can come up with a
It's called, what
percentage.
did I say? Sparkle birthdays or something? Birthday effect.
The
Birthday
birthday
effect.
effect. Yeah, I think we are good at leaving it at that because otherwise we're going down a fucking rabbit hole where we got
I
to
know.
start.
We should probably
Yeah, stick to the.
cover this some other time
I'm gonna.
because my head was going to fucking explode. It's about frequency bias or something like that. So
Mm,
we'll see. I mean, I could go. That's kind of getting into like the whole quantum thing.
right, right.
And I'm like, yes, I'm here for
Yeah,
it.
you're all into the quantum entanglement.
I yes, yes. I love human behavior and the life cycle, and
Yeah.
I love quantum physics. So I'm like,
So you know I
sign me
rec-
up.
I recommended Dark to you.
Dark.
It's on
What's
Netflix.
dark on Netflix?
I just got
Okay.
I just got finished watching the entire series over again.
You
It's
watched it again?
yeah, because it's like that thick. It's that.
A thriller series. Oh gosh.
It's in German.
Okay.
So you want to just do English dub, not unless you want to listen to German, which I
Okay.
kind of dug it. But it's called Dark, not the Dark. It's just Dark.
I'm looking at the thing, that big ass fucking hole in the
Yes,
earth.
yes.
Okay. All
That
right, I see
it
that.
it touches on a lot of things, a lot of paradoxes, a lot of quantum entanglement,
I'm with it. I'm gonna love it. So the
and
first time I watched it in English just so that I can understand it.
yeah.
And then the second time I'll watch it in German, and then from then on out, I'll probably just watch it in German.
I watched it in
Um,
German the first time I watched the series, and it was kind of cool because you kind of start picking up on German words.
uh-huh.
Uh, I mean,
Shite.
German with English subtitles, of course. I wasn't that
Right.
bold. But then
Oh,
this
I think I
second,
would just get high as shit and
yeah,
watch it in German one
yeah,
day. After I've watched it a couple of times after being lucid and
uh-huh,
being like fully lucid, and also, watching it in English or in hearing it in English
uh-huh,
directly from the film, or as a dub,
hmm
then and it would be even more awesome if their mouths didn't line up all the way and they could kind of look
yeah,
like
yeah.
Bruce Lee. So
So I watched it the second time. I watched the series from beginning to end in just English dub, and it holds true to the German story. The writers, directors, producers, this couple, um, the story that they came up with is just the fact that people are still talking about it today is
really, that's kind of
amazing.
cool, though. I
It's
think
amazing. It's an amazing story. So check it out. It's gonna blow your fucking tits off.
I love it. They could use a
Um,
lift these days.
so we're talking about one of our speaking of shows, talking about one of our favorite shows.
Yes,
I kind of hipped you to it. I'm going to go ahead and take that credit. I said,
you
"Hey,"
did. You good job.
I said,
You're allowed
"Am
on
I
the
allowed
farm.
to?"
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we'll get a cabin for you in case you want to come and hermit
Oh my
somewhere.
God, can I do that, cabin? Um, so because you are big into homesteading and living off
Mhm.
the land and doing things for yourself and all the things that are in between that, I've been watching this one show. You've kind of maybe sort of heard us mention it from time to time, but we're going to talk about it in depth on this episode. And
Yay!
the show is called Homestead Rescue.
Yes, yes,
Now,
yes.
we're not going to get into the nuances of the backstories of the thises and that's. We're just talking about the show and the people in it and what it's all
Uh,
about to us. The dinosaur is going to have her perspective and point of view on it because there's certain things she's gleaning from it, and I
as
am
I do,
too. I'm going to have mine, and so I
and that's
thought,
okay. Damn it!
yeah, and I thought about it. And I was like, you know what? She needs to watch this show. This,
And I started watching it, and y'all, I can't even tell you, my pants now got blown right off of my
yeah,
head,
it's a
right off of my head, like at least 20 times already.
right.
Man, I'm like, I can't wait. I'm like, okay, look, I only need 600,000. Okay, that's all,
You
and
only
then
you only
I can.
what?
I only need about 600,000,
Yeah,
so
and
I can
then
get
after
like a
that,
good.
you're on a show on your own. I mean, it was weird because
No,
I
but I
was
was thinking about opening. Well, we'll talk later.
okay. It was weird because I was watching the show one time and was like, I need. I don't think she knows this show exists because
Which points deducted. Hello.
yeah, because I was just like,
I'm a shameful lesbian. Jeez.
she would have said something about this, made a reference, or
Of
been
course I would have.
had
How
you.
amazing is this show?
So I was like, I'm texting her. I was like, yo, you need to watch this show. It's called Homestead Rescue, and I think I
I'm like,
sent.
what's that?
Yeah, right. But it's like everything. What is that?
What
Um,
is that?
and I think I sent you. Um, I think I sent you a link, or I took a picture of, or I did a video of one of the little bits of the episode. You know, like,
It was like less than 5 seconds. So,
yeah, you were like, where can I find that? And I was like, yeah, it's on it. And it's like, you can just
he was
find it
selling it. He was like
HBO.
Netflix
Yeah,
or,
HBO Max is what I had it on at first
or,
because I was going through previous episodes myself. And I was like, yeah, I'm looking at it through HBO
oh,
Max, but it comes on Discovery. Discovery
Discovery,
Plus. So then, boom, you hopped on it.
which I love because, like I said before, I mean, or I've said before, I love documentaries. I love to
Yeah,
learn. So anything that I can learn, I'll really soak it in, and then I kind of just tuck it away in some weird space.
yeah.
It's kind of like moss; it kind of just goes wherever you put it. And then when I need it, and I'm
Mm-hmm,
on our land in Vermont
mm-hmm,
that we're going to hopefully be acquiring
mm-hmm,
soon.
mm-hmm.
Um, then I'll be like, okay, this has a slope on it. It's facing the correct direction. We could do um, a thermal
Greenhouse.
greenhouse.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck yeah, we could. And because it's going to be so cold, we have to dig underneath the frost line
yeah.
so that the plants can stay at a good temperature to
Right.
grow.
And this was something that
Oh,
you learned from watching one of the
yes,
shows,
Homestead Rescue. Well,
or
and I've watched stuff,
yeah,
but I've always been interested in that kind of thing.
yeah.
How to solve problems and, adapt.
Hmm.
So whenever this came along, I was like, fuck yeah. Like it was singing my song. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
in it.
Yeah, and it was funny because as soon as I told you about it, I was like, okay. And you were like, oh my God, I'm gonna start watching this shit. And as soon as I was like, I was happy, and then all of a sudden I was like, ooh, oh,
You done opened it up.
right. I was as
Woo!
soon as I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'm glad she's getting something out of it. Oh my gosh, she goes back, and it's like right before you sent it to me, I was thinking about it, and then I get a text from you. It's like, I'm going back to season one. I'm watching this shit from the beginning. I was like, ooh, yeah. She,
Yeah. Oh no, I was done. I'm invested.
she, no, my thing I was thinking about was she's going to be pissed a lot now.
Why?
Because you're going to see people fucking up, and you're like, why the fuck?
Oh yeah, no, we talk to the TV constantly. I'm like, well, why would you do that? You're setting yourself up for failure.
Like,
Like,
I'm
really?
looking, I'm thinking about it. I was like, she's going to be yelling at this show like some people yell at sports events.
Events. Oh, for sure. This is like
What were
lesbian
you
sport
thinking?
events.
What were you
It
thinking?
it was lesbian sporting event. That's what this is. A
That's
Homestead
hilarious.
Rescue for sure.
So I definitely want to get your take on
Oh
everything
my
you've
god,
seen
I
so
don't.
far. Like what about it? Because I know for you, it's more than just a passing trivial satiation. You're really
This is a
geared up.
resource.
Yeah, you're really gearing up to do the very thing you're watching. So not everything that you see on these episodes are something that you're planning to do, but the tidbits that you get from episodes kind of, you kind of collect what you can that is relative to you, and you're looking forward to applying it, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Some of it. I mean, there's so much information. There's like you can do, for instance, gardening. Depending on where you're at and what you want
Mm-hmm.
to grow, you can go just like with a in the ground garden,
Mm-hmm.
like ground level, or you can do raised gardening,
Mm-hmm.
or you could a greenhouse, or you could build it into the earth,
Mm-hmm.
like on the side of a mountain or something,
Mm-hmm.
or you could it's called, I think it's called culture,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
culture.
yeah.
I can't say it. She says it much better than me.
Right.
And I say that because Misty is the one that usually designs and helps with a garden because she's
Mm-hmm.
really good with it, which I'm like, yes, girl, come on, teach
Mm-hmm.
me,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm with
Like
it.
that.
Good God. I mean, she can drive an excavator. She can dig the fucking hole. Then she's like, I'm going to run some tube through here and it's going to
Yeah,
do water shit
yeah,
or
the
something.
drainage. Yeah.
Yeah, the drainage, but also the
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Which,
the soaker hoses on top
yeah,
or just below.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yes.
I mean, it's just little things like that are so smart that it just kind of pushes your brain into realizing that you're capable of so much more
Mm-hmm.
than what you think you are. Like right now, we're kind of looking for more on the small side
Mm-hmm.
place,
Okay.
and with like 10 plus acres. And
Wait, wait, wait,
then,
wait. That's small.
huh?
That's small.
We have to be careful about our resources.
10 plus acres is small.
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm genuinely asking because I don't know. It's not like I'm
Yeah.
trying to say
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say like your perspective is wrong, bitch. I'm like trying to figure out like, okay, what like 100 acres I guess would be large, so 10 acres
Yeah.
is small. Okay.
I would say I mean, for me, it's going to be much bigger. And I don't need every fucking resource in the whole world served at my feet. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if I need to make sure that other people around me are taken care of too, I get it. You know, we're a community,
Right.
especially whenever you're homesteading.
Right.
But, you know, like, and what happens if it just starts getting overgrown or there's an invasive animal or species that comes in and you want to sell it and give that headache off to somebody else? You
Yeah.
know, I mean,
Yeah.
like you're like, I don't like this acre. If you feel like you can do something with it, then good for you.
A
Get
lot
on it.
a lot
You
of
know,
moles over there, but hopefully you can figure it out.
right? The
Yeah.
bulls and the beavers have been going at it.
So that's interesting you bring that up because for me, I can understand that that's something you really want to have your mind wrapped around. What I find confusing as fuck. Um, I find it confusing in one way, and then I can understand it in another. Where people they get land and they probably just super happy. They're probably super happy to have the opportunity to embark on their dream and vision of homesteading. So they get this land and then they get out there and they just start, yeah, we're gonna put some shit together. And then they
It's like
realize,
magic, making shit happen.
right. And then they realize that, oh yeah, so we got like it was that one family, I don't know if you've seen the episode yet, where it was like they had so much flat land, and then the other flat land that's on their land is atop of this mountain. And they were just like, yeah, we didn't know that part of our land was down in a valley and the rest was up here. Like
Are you walking outside?
yeah, right? They didn't know. They didn't know
No,
that.
what I'm,
Huh?
never mind. It sounded like you were
Oh
walking
no, no, no!
outside,
I'm here. They didn't
like something was
know.
crunching.
They didn't know that they're. I guess they just didn't look at it, and they were just so happy to finally get the land. Yeah, let's go. Oh shit! It's up. Okay, so our land includes a mountain. What do we do with that? I don't know. Like it's 40 acres, but kind of 10 because 30 of it is going up a mountainside, and so good luck, I guess. Like you can't really farm
Hmm.
that unless you put some terrace in there. But it's interesting that people find themselves in that predicament. But at the same
Hmm.
time, I can understand if you really want something, you might have to take that risk in getting things sight
Hmm.
unseen in order to grasp that opportunity.
Right. Exactly. We're not really sure what we're going to do. We're
Yeah.
thinking about taking a week trip to Vermont,
Okay. Yeah,
um,
that makes sense.
and just staying, just chilling somewhere. You
Mm-hmm.
know, maybe kicking up some other homesteaders and being
Mm-hmm.
like, "Hey, what's the vibe out here?" You know, I just want to
Right.
know that I'm not going to be like surrounded by fucking different people,
I mean,
special people.
I think it's interesting the way you get out there and you're like, okay, got to survey not just the land, but the opportunities of the land that's out there.
Hmm.
And then finding one that has, that thing that you're looking for that gives you that feeling that this is where we can do it. This is where we can make this happen.
Right.
Do you have an area that you're thinking is more likely than others to do that?
Well,
Or is
I
that too,
promise at
or
the show.
is that
Listen,
spilling too much of the beans?
no, no, no.
Okay.
I'm this this show is not scripted at all. Okay,
No,
we're so fucking unhinged, like
no,
it's nuts.
never is.
But um, but we used Chat GPT
Oh my God. No way.
last week.
Are
Yes,
you making fun of
yes,
me?
we
Are you
did.
making fun of me?
No, I'm not.
You're making
This
fun
is
of me.
not a shitty pause.
You
No,
no, you're
it's
making fun of
not.
okay, you're making fun of me now.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
Listen, because
okay, okay, okay.
this was Laura's idea, actually. So you fucking
Okay.
brainiacs over here. I'm like, oh, look at the pretty colors. And y'all are over here like, let me take over the fucking world
Right,
real
right.
quick.
Laura and I are
So
clicking and engaging with AI for our
I
own
know.
purposes, and you're like, this is awesome.
Well, she's writing a book.
Love Velcro. Cool. Well,
Huh?
that's out there
I
now. I
know.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
well, I didn't know for a long time. She's just been
Jesus.
working on it.
Secret of hope. Um,
That's about the only thing that she's secretive
really?
about.
All right.
Wait, that I know of.
Yeah,
I've
right,
had the
right,
wool
right.
pulled over my
Nice.
ass before.
So,
So I can't tell you 100%
right,
because I had bitches straight up switch teams and leave.
right, right. What do I know?
Yeah,
I am still in the court of oblivious.
I'm, I'm actually a statistic.
Yeah. But that's a good thing to, I feel like, again, we've talked about it and just to give a little hint to where we're going eventually, we're probably going to do an AI episode, so look forward to that. But so she started using it as
Well,
a means of research.
so she was talking about ChatGPT because she was looking for some specific images for her book.
Oh, okay.
So this is just creative ideas that a
Sure.
computer has come up with.
Uh-huh.
It's not anybody's property.
Right.
It's not any one person. It's just like some clay, built into, like if they were to hand me a thing of clay
Yeah.
and they said, tell me how you feel
Yeah, right.
with this, and I'd probably make a heart, and then I'd probably put some cracks in it and some scars and some
Oh, okay.
stitching,
Oh.
and
Okay.
beaten up a little bit, but still
Oh.
there and
Oh, wow.
really,
Okay.
really wanting to work.
Mm.
So,
Can it? It sounds
like
angelic.
so there was this one that they gave the person clay, and they built a really decorative, ornate tower
Mm-hmm.
that goes up and up and up and up and up.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of being just like a little thing that you put in your hand, like he was like playing Legos, but with clay.
Yeah.
So
Very
he was
phallic, but whatever.
building it. Yeah, right. But it's also, as you go on in life, I mean, here's another angle I'll tackle
Mm-hmm.
while we're at it, since we're throwing everything on the wall.
Let's do it.
Spiritually, I mean, same thing.
Sure. Sure.
So,
So she was checking it out in regards to Vermont too.
well, whenever she was talking about it, and I said, do you think we could use that on Vermont?
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, yeah, probably. Because we've done so much research.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the amount of research that we've done, because this is a
Yeah.
big move for us,
Yeah.
I mean, my stepdad is here. My
Yeah.
mom might stay here.
Yeah.
She may go with. I don't
Mhm.
know. It's just going to depend on what we find,
Right.
or what we find, and then knowing that we have got to make a cabin for her, one that's sustainable, or build onto the house in some way.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want to have
Because
all the resources that you can to help you with the
yeah,
decision. Sure.
I mean, we've looked up digging up basements, what that's going to be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what is an excavator going to be like? What's labor rates going to be like? Because it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people want their shit done in the summer. So
Right.
people are busy in the summer.
Right.
Whenever you want something done in the winter, they're available. But if they don't want to work, then they're not going to work.
Nobody wants to be out there getting hypothermia.
Speaking of, I've got so much to tell you, but there's some stuff I can't tell you here. So some things that we're looking into, and some things that now, as soon as it happens, then I'll be more than happy to go over what my evil plan was, right?
Yeah.
But for my own safety,
let's just be all
and just
with
because
it.
we don't know. Yeah.
Let's just be all
So
with
it was
it.
good, but we totally used Chat GTP or GPT, GTP,
That's why Laura did it.
So,
That's why Laura's doing it, not you. Yes. But you used it for digging into more information about the area and everything, and that's smart.
We're looking at climate. We're looking at topographical. We're looking at what type of region is it? Is this more of like a tundra, or is this like wetlands, or is this mountain? I mean, Montpelier is known for its skiing. I mean, they've got like Nordic skiing, cross country, all this other stuff. It's a beautiful place to ski, but I
Mhm.
don't want to live on a fucking mountain where there's snow there all the time. I don't love to ski. In
Yeah.
fact, I would prefer not to have to wear a helmet 24/7. So please do not put my ass on the side of a mountain. It's
Right.
not a good idea.
I think it's a very
Um,
smart thing to do, though, to research as much as possible, especially when
oh
you're
yeah.
looking into a place that you really can't just hop over in 30 minutes or so and, take a look at the area. And I mean, it's
But
just
what you
smart.
said too earlier is the same thing that you said earlier,
Hmm.
and you nailed it.
Hmm.
Whenever you said that, sometimes if you see an opportunity and you think it's the one and it checks all of the boxes and you've done your research,
Hmm.
do you take a chance? Do you just fucking go for it? Because I can't get there in the next couple of days. What I can do is call the realtor and say, look, I'm serious about making a deal.
Hmm.
This is what we're looking at.
Right.
And am I on a plane or not? You tell me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's a lot of times that I've seen in episodes of this show is that you could tell that people have made that, they thought it through, they made a decision based on something that they saw the opportunity at that time, and
Mm-hmm.
they went for it. And they were like,
Right.
it might not, even if it's not checking all the boxes, it's checked enough boxes that they don't want it to slip by.
Right.
Because they probably
And while
go
there are some things that are set in stone, like we have to have
right,
this,
right.
there's also some things that's punitive.
Yeah,
I
that you can
mean,
get, that you can do without. Right. There are some definite we must haves for sure. Absolutely. And that's just a smart thing to do. I think when I look at um Homestead Rescue though, I'm looking at people, it's varying degrees of homesteading. And I think that the one thing that, and I've talked to you about it, the one thing that I find that you start to see the more episodes you watch, and you said you're at season 9. I'm fully caught up and I'm watching the most current episodes. You're
oh,
you're we but even at season 9, I'm sure you've seen it already. There's there's a there's people that they go to that are homesteaders,
mhm.
and there are people that they go to that are that are that are in love with the thought of homesteading. They just and
Well,
that
and then there's who's on the grid versus who's off the grid.
right.
I
It's
mean,
there's on the
being on
yeah,
being on the grid, but also having a backup no matter what,
yeah.
then you're still a homesteader. You're doing it because if you have to, you can. But there's some conveniences that I would prefer to have, and I know that may sound kind of weird because I want to be on a homesteading and I love survival stuff.
Hmm.
But look, I don't want to have to shit in the woods if I don't have to.
Right.
Especially when there's bears around, because there's a very few amount of things that I don't fuck with. 4 of them, in fact:
Hmm.
snakes, bears, sharks. Fucking hell, what was the other one?
I don't know, but it's hilarious that you're like, there are 4 fucking, you were so sure when it got to that 4th one. You're
Yeah,
like, wait a minute, is there
I'm sorry, my
4?
brain is degrading.
Is there 4? Maybe I did hold counsel and we kicked out the 4th one, and now we're down to 3rd. I can't.
No, it's definitely there. And if I remember it, I'm going to
Okay.
blurt it out and I'm going to be pissed when I say it
Can I
because I
get
hate it
okay?
so
A
much.
placeholder until you remember the 4th will be rabid horses. We don't want those around because those motherfuckers can run
You know
fast
what?
and they're packed with rabies.
Well, yeah, I don't also want a hippopotamus, but what are the odds? You
True,
know?
true. But I
I
don't. I
mean,
don't feel like
really,
you're
have
gonna.
you ever seen a hippo chase a boat? It is
Yeah,
scary.
35 miles per hour. I just don't feel like you're gonna be homesteading around some hippos. So that's why I went with horse. That's why I went with horse. It's most likely, you know.
Oh my God.
I don't want you.
Stop.
I don't want you texting me or calling me. Guess what?
Uh,
What? We're in Vermont. Yeah, I know. Thanks to. Did you know there's a high population of hippos out here? No, didn't have a clue. Never
like,
heard of
guess
it.
what?
Never
Who
heard of
knew?
it. I,
So
I
now
guess
I'm roaming around looking for flamingos.
I
We'll see
skipped.
how that
I
goes.
skipped that day of school. Never knew hippos were in
Right.
Vermont. Um, but yeah, what I mean, yeah, you're right. I think though, what I'm trying to say is like there's people that are really about doing homesteading. They're they're growing their stuff. They are applying
Have
themselves.
livestock.
Yeah, they're applying themselves to be whether or not they're on the grid or not. Some in some families that they come across have to be on the grid for various reasons, or they just happen to get land that already had power to it, so they use it because
Right.
it's one less thing to have to fucking figure out. But everything else is things that they are doing for themselves. And then there are the families that had this great idea of homesteading, but you know, 6 years in, we're still in a tent because we don't know what the fuck to do, and we are still going to the
Oh my
we're
God. I can't even
we're
imagine.
still going to town to get our groceries and water,
We
and
have to haul water 3 times a
yeah, and
week
it's
and
like
it's 100 miles away.
right, and I'm looking at them like, so wait, you you got the
Like, why would you do that to
right,
yourself?
you got the land so you can hoard Home Depot painter buckets to shit in and
Right.
live in a tent to why are we out here for 6 years and this is the only progress you've made? You
Right.
you weren't abandoned out there. You went there with the idea.
On your own volition.
Yeah, you went there with the idea, and that's what I mean. Like, there's some people they have this idea, and then Marty and Misty and Matt get out there, and it's like, so what's your protein? Oh, we don't. So you don't
I
hunt
think
for
we got some
anything.
eggs.
So you don't hunt for anything. No. What about all this livestock? Well, there are the chickens and the rabbits and the goats.
No, about that.
They're our pets. So we don't
Right. And
like. There was a
we
family.
don't ever want to touch them. That's assaulting them. We don't need to touch
No, there
them
was this
because they
family.
have their own feelings.
This
I remember.
they had all of them, and they were like, "Yeah, well, you got all the yeah, they're our pets." Wait the fuck a minute. You got like
Mm.
15 chickens. What are you talking about?
Look, sometimes she'll get Missy will go, um, oh gosh. Fucking I forgot. I'm
So,
sorry.
but what I'm getting at is like there's some people that they have this thought and they really act on this thought, but they haven't really researched it or had the we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to garden, we're going to get our water, we're going to establish a spring or some pump system, we're going to have some solar panels so we can have energy because we need to have lights because for whatever reason maybe you have to have oxygen. I don't fucking know. But there's a thought. We're going to raise tilapia and have hydroponics going on, whatever. There's some people that have that, and there's other people like, um, we don't know if this septic tank works. Maybe I put duct tape on
I
it, and
mean, hey, the Roans figured it out.
right,
It'll be fine.
right. It'll come to us. It'll come to if we sleep long enough. It'll come to us.
Yeah, no big.
Yeah,
No big
right.
at all.
It's interesting to me when like there was this one episode that I to this day like that chick. One, super sexy. Two, um, she
Oh
she
goodness.
she had it go. She was this lady in Alaska, and
Oh yeah,
that was the
that they
one.
made
That
the
was the
bridge for.
episode. That was the episode. I said this is the one you need to watch because she touched on a lot of things that the two of you are into, and she had land. Um, and a stream, or I don't want to exaggerate and say river, but a stream went through her land. And
There
on
was
the
a water feature
yeah, and on the other side of that was this
with everything that she needed to be her own apothecary.
right,
Like it was just ripe fucking land
right, and it
for
was
the picking,
yeah, and
and
it was
she couldn't get to it.
right because of
Oh,
the way the laws work
exactly.
in Alaska, you can't and far, beautiful laws. I totally appreciate these
True,
laws.
true.
You can't
Right.
put
Exactly.
machinery and shit in the waters.
You can't even put logs in the water because it could jam, and then that could cause
Right.
a side flood or tributary or whatever.
And when you
Um,
when and this chick, she was doing everything there by herself. and it was the only
with a bad
right.
shoulder,
That was the
and she
only
had her
reason why.
daughter.
That was the only reason why that she the Rainies came out because she's like I need to get this done, but I can't because I think she just had shoulder surgery and she
Uh-huh.
couldn't. And so her kids were coming out, the Rainies were out, and they figured out a way to make a bridge so they can get across so she can get to her shit because the moose were just getting over there eating it, and she's like, I
Right.
can't even do anything. I can walk over there, but there's only so much you can haul by walking. And she wanted to
Right.
have a bridge so she can have a wagon and load it up and do that chick.
Well, yeah, harvest her field and farm it.
She is what I'm talking about in regards to somebody that is homestead is of the mindset of
Yeah,
homesteading. She's
I'm with you.
she's doing that. Then you got some families that's on the opposite side that you know
I'll put some rosemary in the window. We'll see how it does.
they're like, where's your toilet? Oh, it's right there in there. And you open it up and it's literally a Home Depot bucket and one roll of toilet paper.
I know.
And it's like,
like, y'all, really?
what? It's a wait. What? Yeah. So we just haven't had a working toilet. We've been out here for 3.5 years. So the fuck? Or that one
Like
guy,
somebody couldn't take a part-time job just for a little bit to get some money?
or
I mean, is that not a thing
that
anymore?
one guy that their whole front of their property was just a marsh, just mushy, muddy.
Yeah, that's South Vermont.
And Marty was like, what? He ended up finding that it was a pipe that dude thought he was making shit happen. He put duct tape on it and put it back under the ground. He was like, if the pipe was busted, I fixed it. And he put it back under the ground with duct tape
He just put it with duct tape
and
because
left it. So
he said, "Wait a minute, what can fix this? Duct tape fixes everything." Okay, come on, let's go.
like he just had this mindset. It was like, well, I'm a homesteader, so let me do for myself.
Figure this shit out.
Let me do for myself. You're gonna weld the pipe together? Nah, fuck it, duct tape. And then you just wrapped it up and buried it.
Wait, where was this?
I'm
I
trying
need to know.
remember.
Virginia
I'm trying to remember.
or Mississippi?
But
They're
he
creative.
put it back in the ground and then like completely forgot about that shit. And it's like, yeah.
That'd be me.
It's like,
Sorry.
yeah. I mean, I don't know why. We just have standing water. It's just muddy mush the whole time because that pipe was just emptying underground the whole time. It was like he found it. He's like, here's your problem. Oh, yeah, I fixed that. I fixed that. No,
I fixed
no,
that.
it's not fixed,
Right.
sir.
No, you didn't. Yeah. I'd be like, you missed the mark on that one,
It's
kid.
not fixed. It's not fixed. It's pretty much like you put some Legos around it and the same thing, duct tape, whatever. Just because it sticks doesn't mean it's fixed. It's duct tape. Did I just rhyme?
Oh my God.
So yeah, he did that. And so that's what I mean. It's like you got families like that, and you got this chick in Alaska that's really fighting bears and moose and shit.
Oh yeah, she's like, seriously. She's like, I sat in my cabin all night listening to a bear growl.
Yeah,
and I was like,
oh
he didn't smell your shit because that's why I think I might actually poop on myself.
like you're just
if
like,
a bear was outside. Oh,
like you can get up in the morning and see moose just eating in your garden. You're like, fuck, I gotta go fight off the moose because if I don't, I'm not gonna have anything to eat. I'm gonna starve. So fuck that.
right.
And so she goes out there with her dogs to fight to get the moose off. That's like
Oh, she took video, a GoPro. She put a
yeah,
GoPro on the
it's like,
dog.
that's what's
And
up.
the dog tried to attack it.
Yeah, I'm like, that's what's up.
What a dick thing to do.
That's what's up. That's what you do. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's a
Well, it's about being relentless
Yeah.
for a purpose.
yeah, there's certain
You know, as
people.
long as it's not hurting someone,
Mhm.
then yeah, go balls out. I mean, fuck, I'm going to try to do this whole home situation with working a full-time job and being on chemo. So
I mean,
we'll see. I don't know.
I think I can do it.
Well, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
So consider it done. I'm doing it.
I mean, I think I can do it. I just don't know. I wouldn't be doing it for the homesteader patch, you know. I'd be doing it to, you know what I'm saying?
There's a patch system.
It should be.
What?
It should be. It should be. Maybe we just put it out there and somebody's gonna run with it. But it's like some people think,
I'm gonna run with
like
it. Are you kidding me?
some people want to get out there and say, "Yeah, I'm a homesteader," and they really hold on to that thought like it means something, but they're not doing shit. I I don't I don't care about being labeled a homesteader per se. It's just I want to go out and just get a place and be self-sufficient. And if somebody looks at that
Right.
and says, by way of being self-sufficient, you are a homesteader, then that's their definition. But I'm just wanting to not be so tied down to shit and be able to do it myself. And how much of that, that's the thing that I'm saying I think I can do it because I don't have the definition of that. I don't know how much I will be doing for myself and how much I already know of myself that I will be on the grid in some capacity.
Sure.
I just don't know how
Well, that's where
much.
we're at.
Yeah,
And if that means satellite, then that means satellite.
right,
We'll make it happen.
right. I feel like that's where I am. I just don't, I want to have my own water. I want to have my own crops and grow. I'm not entirely sure about the protein outside of fish and
And eggs
eggs because I'm not gonna.
and
I'm not,
milk.
yeah, but I'm not gonna.
Well, no, no.
I'm just not gonna lie to myself and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go
I'm
ahead and
gonna get a goat pen.
yeah, I'm gonna quarter some goats and some deer. I can't. I have not done that. I've not done that. So I'm not up for eating deer asshole because I think I did the right cut. I don't know. So
Mm-hmm.
if I could partner with someone that could provide that,
Exactly.
then great. Um,
Exactly. You would be a great homestead neighbor.
yeah, I feel like that's the thing that we've talked about before in relation to community. Um,
I'd be doing your garden. You'd be running
right.
security around my
Hmm.
entire
Right.
property. You
We
know,
can relate in that
tit for
regard.
tat.
So,
Right. I'm not gonna. I mean, I've got limits. You know,
so
like
when you watch
I'm not gonna lay tile. Fuck
right,
that.
right,
And I'm not gonna sleep with
no
you.
tile,
So
no tile.
those two things are done. I did a 3,000 square foot house tile.
No, no,
No,
fuck that.
I don't ever
Fuck
want to
that.
do that again. It
Fuck
sucked.
tile. So now,
Although we did it.
when you're watching the show, what what is some stuff that you saw that you're like, I never thought of doing something that way or that way at all? Before we get deeper into the conversation, let me just jump in right here. You know, I am about time travel, so I did a little bit on my own for your benefit to let you know we definitely have we've arrived. We are now we're going to talk about it a little bit later. We're bringing to you the amazingness of Let Us Grow. If you have been like me and like the dinosaur as well, tried to grow things on your own, it can be rewarding, but then highly frustrating at the same time. Um, some of that guesswork can be taken out of the whole process with Let Us Grow. Uh, when I first saw the product, I was like, God, I wish I had this when I was trying my best to be amazing with growing things, whether it's vegetables or fruit or herbs that you might need here and there. Let Us Grow provides great options for you to be able to do it inside your house, inside your reading area, inside your kitchen for easy access to some herbs that you want to have fresh. Inside a sunroom, if you got some flowers that you're trying to grow, or more herbs that you're trying to grow fresh, whether it's onions or tomatoes or whatever it is you have in mind. Let Us Grow has options for you to do just that. And if you are a person that is into tech like I am, they also have an app that kind of keeps you on your P's and Q's and dots your I's and T's with a lot of helpful information in relation to what it is you're trying to grow, whether that is, you know, lowering your pH balance or knowing water levels or whatever. It's just so beneficial, so worth um, the effort of doing it with them. I mean, it puts the effort and the guesswork on the back end kind of, and gives you the enjoyment of being able to grow your own things. So check out, you know, you know, you know. If you go to the dinosaur&thedude.com, you're going to be able to find links that we have. Yep, we're affiliates with them now. Um, to let us grow. That will be able to help you get what you need wherever you're planning on growing. So check us out, Dinosaur and the Dude. You'll find you'll find information and links to let us grow on various pages on our website. Click on those and get started towards your sustainable journey with I probably I mean I'm kicking myself. I wish I would have used them sooner because I can't tell you how many coffee can experiments I did. Uh, it could have saved me from all that. So yeah, let us grow. Check it out on TheDinosaur&TheDude.com.
So there are things that I may have at one point
Mm-hmm.
imagined because I do think
Mm-hmm.
about outdoor
Mm-hmm.
structures, and that's really what that is. You know, it's outdoors and it's a structure,
Mm-hmm.
so that doesn't mean it's not necessarily outdoors.
Right.
But inside there is another ecosystem.
Right.
It's completely different. So, you know, it's really cool for me to see all the tips and tricks that she has
Mm-hmm.
about greenhouses.
Right.
I really am looking forward. I'm trying to see if there's lidar of my backyard
Yeah.
because there's this on the back hill right now. There's a little slope
Uh-huh.
that goes in, like it just goes up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking because I go up like 4 or 5 steps, and then there's like this triangle portion of our backyard that we can't access.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be the perfect place for because it goes up a little bit. Just dig a little hole,
Right.
you know, to protect. Like you can use it as a root cellar,
Okay.
right? Yeah. You can put like an emergency pack in there.
Mm-hmm.
So in case something happens and you have to come back,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to be careful, you can go to that
Mm-hmm.
place and look for whatever you need, what might help you. I don't know. I'm just thinking I think a lot about this kind of stuff, and I'm ADD, so I play out scenarios all the time, but it's mostly been um, the gardening
Mm-hmm.
for me. She does some pretty cool builds
Mm-hmm.
in greenhouses, but also in other structures. You know, helping make a farm, or I mean, not a farm, but like a horse stall, or like a oh my god, the one where I'm sorry, Marty put the air conditioning in for the horses.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? That's
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah.
Would that work in the winter too? Because if the earth is hot
Yeah.
underneath, it regulates the temperature instead of it being such
Yeah.
extremes,
I
right?
don't know. That's the part where I'm like,
I need a Chat
I,
GPT
I
subscription.
mean, not even that. It's just sort of like you have to lean on the know-how of people that have been in the area, and there are certain things that are done on the show that you can't deny the experience level that you have to know that shit. Like you
Right.
just gotta know that in this area, this would be good to install in my stable for my horses, and know it for the fact that you've already understood what winter and summer and spring and all that shit will do, and how it benefits a horse. For me, watching the show is very interesting on the there's just the dilemma of water and
Right.
people either having it or they don't, and also the people that don't know they have it, like they just never really dug for a well, they don't know what the fuck's out there. But I think build wise, um it's very interesting how some places, um they can, they can just really put it together with additions to what people started. Like you got some people that start a cabin and they start a little structure and then you just add to it. And then you got some people that just fuck about and, mold takes hold of where they were living and hoping to do something with it. And they just got to knock it all down. I bet that's kind of, I bet that for the families out there, I bet it's kind of like, fuck, yeah, we fucked up. Yeah. But at the same time, I bet they're kind of happy, like, but we're on this show that's gonna make it all right. Because otherwise, they probably moving back to the city. Um, the like there was that one family I saw where they totally took down their whole house. It's like this whole place is unlivable. We're just gonna take it all down and build you a new one. And they built them a new cabin
Right.
because their cabin they were living in was full of mold and wasn't sealed up and leaning.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, my God. Yeah, right?
but
I'm like, it couldn't be like a floating dumpster fire,
yeah,
like
so I find it interesting with some of the builds that they do where they've got everything just comes into place. I think that the one getting onto our girl Misty, I feel like there was that one I saw where she got she got they they ended up getting these tanks to do tilapia, to grow tilapia. So they was like, okay, you have another protein
I
source.
haven't seen that yet, but I go ahead, tell
You
me
have
because I'll
a
forget. So it'll be a
they had another protein source, and she was also like, plus we're going to run the water from the run the water from the fish into a hydroponic system that is growing your plants. That's growing um, I forget what was the plants. It might have been herbs, but in either way, she had them on rocks so that the water was flowing underneath it, and but it was also acting as a filter, so that water came back into the to to the to the containers with the fish in it clean, and it was just this constant cycle of the fish. The fish are growing, the fish are feeding, the waste and whatnot
right.
goes in, the plants collect it, clean it, and the water that comes back out is clean water. But
Mm-hmm.
the plants are growing from
Right.
from all of that, and it was like those types of systems very very intriguing to me because it's like this really really contained ecosystem where it's just all working together, and you really have to do your worst to fuck it up. Um, that's that stuff right there. Those types of bills you get like, and I think she multiplied it too. She had like two or three. She had like, here's one. We're gonna make another one. They had like another one. I think maybe a third. And it was just like, yeah. Now you have a supply of fish that you're growing right here for yourself. Um, it's those things. I mean, of course, Marty gets on top of rooftops and he's cutting wood and he's doing a lot of stuff. And some of that stuff is just amazing. I think there's just so many things that he does with that. I can't really put my finger on one of them for sure. And then of course Matt, he's he does his share of builds also, but to your point, the specialties that they all have, and his is with hunting and understanding where predators are in the area, identifying that those predators, how to deal with them if you can, and how to deter them if it is what it is. If it's like in one, if it's a bear, it's going to get into your shit. So just deter it. Um, and I think the one that I was really in, just wow, that's pretty fucking amazing, is the one where it was a couple and the guy was planning on engaging, becoming engaged and proposing to uh, his partner he was living out there with at the time, and she was unaware of that, so they weren't really but he had to go to sniper school.
What?
It took a really interesting turn.
Hey, babe, I got us a homestead. Okay, gotta go.
Yeah,
Bye.
it took a really interesting
Fuck.
turn. It was like, yeah, he's helping me, but he's got to go away. Oh, we heard you got to go away. Uh, if it's for work, yeah, it's for work. I got to go to sniper training. It's a sniper school, and they were like, oh, okay. And
By all means, sir.
and Matt's kind of like, well, don't have to train you to shoot, so
Right.
let's get
Done.
that part. And what he ended up doing was like setting up this whole area on their property where he could just go ahead and dress anything that anything.
And he'll go to his place and he'll be able to snipe.
Yeah, it was like,
That's
okay,
so
so you
cool.
can get the pig, you want to get wild hog, here you go, bring it in here, hang it from here, and you can
3 randoms.
yeah, and
you
it was
know.
like you can just go ahead and quarter it and get your meat ready. And he had like a little cooler in there, so you could just drop it in there as you go.
I mean, I'm not opposed to people doing that for them. I just don't know that I could do that for myself.
Yeah.
I just don't. I'm too tenderhearted on that.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I mean, if I absolutely had to slaughter a chicken, I guess I could do it. I would feel terrible. But you know, I mean, we don't eat a lot of chicken.
Mhm.
I mean, we don't eat anything other than chicken. We need to start eating fish, but we have to be careful about, like you said, you know, making sure that the ponds are cleaning the way that they
Yeah.
are, because it's a good way to poison yourself.
Yeah, I'm just
so delicate.
I'm just not one to fuck around and pretend like I know how to do it, because I just have to,
Yeah, no, fuck yeah. We're just going to do a trout thing.
Yeah,
it's called a circle.
yeah,
It's a trout wheel.
yeah. I'm just gonna admit, it's like I've eaten deer, but I've never I wouldn't
I don't prefer
I
it.
wouldn't know how to cut that shit up if I say like, here's your deer. Oh shit. Hey, you know what? You forgot to do it for me. I don't know what to fucking do with that.
Well, so here's the thing: is to that, I would say somebody in this group ought to have a butchering. If we're carnivores
Sure.
and we want to eat, we have to get a book on that so that we can refer to it when in the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
I think so.
But there's also people that are like, I just like emotionally can't even do that.
Right. There's some people that just, yeah, and I totally get that too. I'm just, you know, like, hey, I love sausage, but unless I cut this thing,
unless Jimmy Dean is my neighbor,
unless I slice this some bitch open and sausage comes out, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make it. So if you do, cool. We're gonna trade, be friends, something. But
let's just be friends. That's cool.
But I'm not. I'm gonna bring you my chickens. I'm gonna bring you whatever protein I need.
Yeah, but other than that, stay out of my shit until I know
you. You can have some, you know, as a means of trade for your services. But that's
wink, wink.
That's interesting. And to your point with the community thing, it's interesting how some episodes of Homestead Rescue, the other homesteaders will come just literally out of the woodwork and want to come and help these other families. Now, I don't know how much of that is like the actual ongoings, if they're just that much of a community, or if they all just said, "Ooh, shit, TV show, let's go do it." I don't know if that was the case either.
Right.
But it does give a feeling of community in regards to that lifestyle.
Yes.
Are you thinking that when you get to where the two of you are going, that's going to be something that you try to engage with, or is it really going to be like baby steps and like, okay, let's just establish ourselves and then kind of branch out as we go?
I think that's probably what we're going to do.
Which one? Branch out, or just say fuck it?
No, we're gonna stay really close. You know, like once we get there, we're gonna just dig into our own property. We're not even gonna talk to anybody.
Get your shit straight first.
We'll just get our shit straight first, and if somebody comes on, you know, we have to be prepared because we don't know what's coming up. So we're a predator to everything. In our eyes, we're a predator to everything. We're middle-aged, probably. And females.
Mm-hmm.
We actually thought about.
Well, wait, are you meaning you're afraid of everything?
Yes.
Okay.
We don't want to hurt animals.
Okay.
So, and it's if we had to, we would have to just fucking do it.
Mm-hmm,
If we were starving, I'm not gonna starve myself to death because there's a cow or a pig that I have a feeling for, or that I even think that I'm capable of even entertaining the fucking idea of going through that. I would have to be put in a fucking helmet. I would have to because my brain would be fragile.
But I love you, babe. But we gotta eat. Look the other way. Just look the other way.
Wait. In about 3 hours, I can let you try it. Okay. Good night.
Just look the other way, and it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be quick. Like, yeah, I get it. For some people, they just can't. But I feel like that either.
I'm sure you could.
I'm sure that either sticks or it goes away real quick when you're in this situation.
Right.
I think it's a thing where it's like you don't want to.
I like to eat.
Yeah, you don't want to do anything to animals, but if I'm looking at that video.
I mean, if I have to,
I'm looking at that video where the bear just fucking knocks the door in. It's like, yo, you might feel a certain way about animals, but a bear comes knocking your door in. You got to make some.
Right.
You got to make some survival decisions real quick.
And you might want to have considered that before, just so you have your bearings about you, because you can't freak out.
That bear is not giving one fucking shit about your feelings.
Not even one fucking iota. Look, not even one.
I kicked in the door because I smell marshmallows and oranges. What your best idea right now is to point in the direction where these motherfuckers are. Otherwise, I'm in your bed real quick. Like, it's a bear. What are you going to do? It's a bear. Whatever. If shit ever goes down, and we have...
It will at some point. Just a warning. I don't know when that's going to happen. The spirit guides don't talk to me that way.
It's just like...
But it will. So you need to make sure that you have this book and some canned goods.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
Like, fucking if it's going down. And when it does, you need this book.
It's done.
It might not fit in your back pocket, but it will fit in your go bag. And
it's going to be heavy, but worth carrying.
It's knowledge. All knowledge is heavy. All knowledge is heavy.
Oh my God.
So if you haven't, you need to. For more than just this, but definitely for this, you go to TheDinosaur&TheDude.com and you can check out the book. And what?
It's under Project Spotlight.
And it's a link of it on a lot of our different pages. But even if you go to Project Spotlight, like the designer says, go there and check it out. It's there. It's there.
I cannot wait to get this.
So, I don't know if you know this, but if you don't, like I said, go to TheDinosaur&TheDude.com. You will find that we have a link to the book, The Ultimate Guide to Rebuilding a Civilization.
Oh, yeah.
You can use our code, the D and the D code. Click the link, get the book, get the knowledge you need to know so many goddamn things, like how to...
And it's beautiful. Yeah, it's just beautiful.
And illustrated. Like, what's the last thing you saw that's been hand illustrated?
The Bible.
Also, okay, see, now you just ruined my statement. Jesus. Literally, Jesus. I was going to say, what's the last thing you seen that's been hand illustrated that helped you in life? And you was like, it's the Bible. I was like, oh, well, fuck. Touche. Okay. Aside from that, what's the last thing you've seen? Recent. What is recent relevant news? So maybe whatever floats your boat. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to know why and how a boat floats, get the book, The Ultimate Guide to Rebuilding a Civilization. Learn how to make fire. Learn how to do all types of crafts, gardening, building shit. Because sometimes things has to, you got to learn some new shit. And some of that shit might save your life. Like, hey, how how do I make clothes? How do I make paper? How do I make fire? How do if you don't have those answers, likely it's in the book.
Your society, your new civilization is only going to go so far.
Okay. So you need this.
This is why you need the book. It's an investment.
Yeah.
And because it's an actual book, like if there's an EMP or a disaster,
It still works, I think.
As long as it doesn't burn up,
the book will still work.
Then it's still worth it.
It'll still work. It won't need it. Okay, cool.
No, it's not going to need that.
So check it out again. Go to TheDinosaur&TheDude.com. Get the book. You can find it on its own page, TheDinosaur&TheDude.com/the book, or you can look at all the links that we have on various pages about the book. Click.
Even if you can't buy it, save up for it. But then if for whatever reason you can't or you just don't want to, just go and appreciate the fact that
I think
that's a robust book, and the artwork is gorgeous.
I think it can do installments. I have to double check. But in either case, click the link. You don't ever hear the Dinosaur or I asking for donations or this or that. We ask for memberships, and we ask for you to click our affiliate links, and we ask for you to buy our merch. Why? Because that helps us keep this wonderful shit show going, for you to laugh and giggle while you're sitting on the toilet.
Until the civilization ends, and you have to have this fucking book in order to get back to where you were.
And when you hear that of shit shutting down,
go grab the book.
If shit shutting down,
and you can't
you're like, oh fuck, what were they saying? I was listening to the Dinosaur and the Dude, and they were saying that I needed to. God damn it! It all shut down. Oh fuck! I was supposed to get it. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. When you hear the shit shutting down, just go, you be this person where you go, I'm so glad I clicked that link and got the book from the Dinosaur and the Dude. I am ready for this shit storm that's coming because I've got the book. I can make all these things because it's hand illustrated. So even if you don't like to read, it's right there, drawn out.
Right, exactly.
It's amazing.
So that is brought to y'all by Hungry Minds, is who put that book out. And they have some other books that they're trying to promote too, so that they can make. One of them is called The Antithesis of Humankind. It's an anthem to humankind, and it looks like it's going to be phenomenal. So I'm hoping that they can get the backing that they need
to finish that one up too.
Yeah, for sure.
So definitely check it out. Again, click our link. It's going to help two things. It's going to help Hungry Minds, and it's going to help the Dinosaur the Dude. And it's going to help you because you get all the fucking knowledge. That is priceless.
That's a leg up.
It's 2 legs up.
You might not be murdered when it all hits the fan if you know where the secret book is.
That's the guarantee we're passing on to you. Get the book. Get the book, and you might not be murdered. So, you tell us what's the last thing. Okay, you're probably going to say a gun or a sword or whatever. What's the last book you bought that probably had a soft guarantee that you might not be murdered? None. No, not even the Bible. So get the book and get the book from the Dinosaur and the Dude.
The book is the new Bible. No, I'm just playing.
The Bible. It's like, yeah, whatever. It's the other side of this. The other side of Homestead Rescue is the end of the episodes when they do the catching up with the family that they just spent.
Oh yeah, I love that shit because sometimes it's like we're doing great, and then others were like, we went and checked the outhouse one time,
Right. We went in the outhouse and 2 beavers were fucking, and I just said, never mind, sorry guys.
We were like, I shit myself right there, and then I didn't need it. So
I just sat at the front door, and I was like, bro, yeah, it's a thing where it's like, 3 months later, 2 months later, 8 months later, it's like, oh man, I'm running bets. I have to admit, some of y'all that have been on Homestead Rescue, if you're listening to this, fuck it. I've run bets on you guys. Like, they ain't about shit. I'm betting it's a campfire somewhere, and they are all huddled together with. They just made a cloak out of.
One of them half eaten.
Yeah, they just made a cloak out of chicken feathers, and they are.
Like, we got to take your foot. We got to take your leg. I'm sorry, but we're all starving.
And then they just look at the camera. Oh, Rainies are asking. Oh, hey, y'all about to eat? Tim, I'm about to eat Tim. Yeah. When you all left, shit went downhill real quick.
Yes,
We completely forgot all y'all shit, and what we did is we rock paper scissored on who was gonna get eaten. Because Matt, we could not find a damn bit of protein out here, so
right.
And
we're sorry, but it had to happen.
So all the kids are gone. We just went for the.
We just picked them right off.
We just went for the easy ones first, and now it's a little bit of competition because
it's so sick.
Mama's 60.
Oh my god,
Mama's 64, but she could still punch like a sumbitch, and
yeah, but
like, yo,
I don't think she's still juicy.
Yeah, times are tough. Juicy. I mean, juicy doesn't matter.
It dries up, man.
Protein is protein, right, Matt?
Exactly.
Some of these families are just sort of like, you can tell once the Rainey's gone, they're just like, oh shit.
They're gonna do nothing.
It's like, oh shit, what did they say? I wasn't really paying attention at all.
Right. No.
Okay,
yeah, but then there are some on the flip side that they pay attention so
really
well,
flourish.
Like Mr. Greenwood in Louisiana, and then they ended up taking him to another homestead to help out because he's like, this dude's been busting his ass. Like, what have y'all been doing? He's already got his whole shit going.
Yeah, I think that's a really good thing that I've seen on a few episodes where they bring other homesteaders that they've helped out so that they can help out homesteaders. Like, there was that one guy they helped. He did a foundation. He learned how to do a foundation at his homestead, and so they had him come out to another homestead to do the foundation for them and show them how to do it. I think that speaks towards the community thing that we've touched on, where homesteaders are showing other homesteaders how to do it, because you're really not learning as much as you would unless somebody is helping you along with it. And I feel like other homesteaders have no problem of passing that knowledge down, so to speak. That's for you, Joe Rogan. And doing something to where they are just keeping that community feeling alive.
Okay.
It's a very interesting thing, but when you have those catch-ups, it's so interesting because some are either flourishing and some are really, they're just saying all the good things enough to make it seem like they're okay, but when you listen to them, it's like, they're not. It's like, well, we're still trying to figure out how to do the water system that you guys showed us.
So we don't have the water. Okay. There's a bucket for the bathroom. And
we still got to go with the bucket.
And if we can get a fire started, then maybe we can get warm.
Right. Right.
Let's go, Homestead.
But other than that, we're doing great, and we really appreciate you.
Yeah, it would be super awesome to have you here.
So great.
Me casa su casa, is that what they say?
I think you hear the cries of help. It's like, it was so great when you guys were here.
They're clinging on to the mess they're leaving. They're like, oh God.
It was so great.
The dad's like, I bet we can take this some bitch right here.
Oh my God, it was so great. And they're all crying. It's so great when you guys were here. We felt the love that you guys gave us. Seeing you all go, it's just been a hole.
Sounds like a gay man.
It's been a hole since you left us. It's been a hole. And I wish you could fill it. I wish you could fill that hole again. Because we need you, but we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. It's like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
He's like, look, don't come up here with your sad ass story. Although You were telling me about one that they went
Oh
back.
yeah, that was the thing that they've been doing this season. This the latest season.
Gosh, I wish I was
I don't
there.
know if it was like I don't know if it's like filler episodes or what, but they've been going back at least what three homesteads I can think of now that they've gone back. So 3 episodes in this current season, they've gone back to homesteads that they've done 3 or 5 years ago. And
Yikes, that's
it
accountability. That's what that is.
it
You're going to be on TV because we're going to show
it
this.
so sucks because so first off, on all three of these, Misty and Matt clearly have said fuck it. They're not going back. So it's just Marty going back, right? And it's each one are with people that aren't doing this shit. They like there's one family they
I mean, what the only thing you could do is just give him a good talking to and be like, "Hey,
yeah,
I mean, ultimately this is your decision, but it's a damn shame because we came in here and busted ass, and we thought y'all were going to as well.
right.
I mean, it is yours, so if you want to destroy it, I mean, I guess whenever you're done, just throw a match and torch it. I
Like
guess whatever."
like one family they hadn't used the system that they put in 5 years ago. And it's like, well, yeah, what about this? It's like, yeah, we it just didn't work out well for us, and so we've just been doing our own thing ever since. Like, so wait, they
Mm.
they installed all new shit for you guys,
Oh, that
and your
sucks.
response is it just didn't work out, so we just let it go for 5 fucking years. Can you fix it though? And it literally
I'd be like, I'm sorry, I can't do that. There's other homesteads that need attention
yeah,
too.
it was literally a disconnected pipe, a drainage pipe. And he's just like, and fixed. Okay, so I'm fucking out here. What?
Bye.
Like, I would be the worst. I would be the worst. If that was my show, I
Why?
would be the worst. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, we haven't done. You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Hey, bring
Right.
your kids. Bring your kids. Hey, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. 'Cause all three of you kids.
Family lesson here. Family
Yeah, all
lesson.
three of y'all were here 5 years ago. You could have told your parents not to call me because y'all knew this was coming. Like what the?
Hmm.
So it's
Like we're gonna send you a bill whenever you become an
yeah,
adult.
they all don't do any of the stuff. Like the one I was telling you about recently was with the thermal garden, and it was showing the one where Misty was digging out the dark garden and getting the greenhouse in, the thermal greenhouse in. That family, they hadn't used it since Misty left.
Mm.
And I'm looking at it, I was like, okay, so Misty figured this out. Okay, she put a pipe to make sure the drainage. Okay, um, dug that shit, loaded it with logs. Okay, I'm trying to figure out why this is not going to work. Okay. And then she told him, put insulation in and make sure, okay. Then she,
Right, because obviously,
then
right.
she brought all the plants to fill the greenhouse. Okay. So why couldn't this work? Oh, the people didn't give a fuck. Okay. Yeah. That's the part I left out. Yeah. The people just they didn't give a fuck. So they never used, they were like, yeah, it just wasn't, it didn't work out too well when the seasons change and there's moisture getting in. Meanwhile, the camera pans to the left a little, and you see from when Misty was there last time to 3 years later, they still hadn't put insulation in, so it was still just these bare walls.
What did these people get roasted on TV? Because that's what I would have
So I'm
done.
looking at him like, and so they, so again,
Bro, tell me you're fixing to break a foot off
so,
in there. You know what I
so of
mean?
course, Misty and Matt are not there. Um, but Marty's in there, and he remembers all the stuff that they did. So it's not like, oh, Misty did it. No. So he looks at it and is like, so this is all you guys done? It's like, yeah, I just didn't, coming up with excuses. Yeah, I just didn't, there's moisture coming from the one, and we couldn't hold the fiberglass in the cold. And it's like, well, you got to put the insulation in the walls here. They're just bare walls. Yeah, we didn't get around to it, and we just, we got caught up on so many other projects. And he's like, well, that's the first thing you need
Yeah.
to do, and he just
Yeah.
left.
What other projects have you done? That's what I would be like. I want a fucking
I was like, this
list.
is the first thing you
You
need to
know?
do, and he just left. Now, this is the family I was telling you about. Of course, with the thermal greenhouse that you're very interested in doing. But this family, they also had a problem where the land that they bought and developed their homestead on was at was also part of the property was where two streams converged, and so
So there were two homesteads where that happened, isn't there?
well, it was the same homestead. It was like 3 years ago, and then now they revisited them, and so they still had the same problem. They put the bridge across in order to make it possible for them to get to their homestead.
Right.
That was the other thing.
Right. Where they couldn't get to the meadow over
Well,
there.
no, they couldn't get to their homestead. It was like the main road to their homestead,
Oh,
and
got
they
you.
crossed this stream, this river or whatever. And so the Rainies came out, and one of what Marty was doing while Misty was doing the garden, the thermal garden, and Matt was setting up the compost to be a deterrent for bears. Marty was making a bridge so that they can go to and fro from their homestead. And I'm like, wait,
Nice.
here's the main road.
Huh?
Here's the main road. Here's your land. You want to cross the rivers, little streams, the strong streams here, and put your house there. Okay. And you didn't think, like, we need to think of how to cross this shit. You just sort of, how, what? So how'd you get this far without a bridge? What? Like, wait, why did you do this without a
Right.
bridge? So
I've not seen it, but I understand. I
they
mean,
put it in place, and the problem happened where flooding took place from the stream. The rivers just converged, flooding, boom, and it moved the bridge, which was reinforced with two steel beams, right? But it moved the bridge because just the force of nature and water. But it was also wiping out their property. The river was just it
Jesus.
ripped off half a hill in their property,
Oh no.
and it was like the river was like, hey y'all, I don't know if you knew this, but this is river don't give a fuck. And when we
It doesn't check in with us. It just does what it
when we
wants.
flood, we literally don't give a fuck. And y'all should have read the map. It's on the map. It's right there on the map. This is
It's there. I don't know how to tell you, but
River don't give a
it's
fuck.
there.
And y'all thought it was just a funny name. No, we are serious about this. Like, and they were like,
That's a fucking heart
yeah, and
attack.
I'm like, yeah, it took half of our hill away. And like, can you imagine that shit? Just stepping out
No.
and then seeing like,
And then it's just fucking gone, and you're like,
yeah,
huh,
like,
look, look at that.
wait a minute, half our shit's gone.
This
What?
looks different.
And so Marty
What?
was like, yeah, land. I forget
I know they better bring it back.
I forget what he said, the actual amount, but he was like, yeah, land costs X amount per acre out here. So to see a river just come and wipe out your property like this, and there's no way you can get it back. It's not like somebody's gonna say, hey, found your dirt and then put it back. No, it's like it's gone. It's downstream and dispersed throughout the land. So should have thought that through.
Sorry.
I mean, the research that shit. But how it's, I guess that's kind of hard to do. I guess it's kind of hard to really, really assume with this amount of water flow, I might lose X amount of land.
Right. It's stuff that you have to check in whenever you're going to get land.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, somebody could hand me land,
Mm-hmm.
and depending on where it's at, I might go, no, thank you. I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I would go, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would turn around and I'd be like, for
Right,
sale.
right, right. I got to make a penny off of
now
this.
with French drains,
Yeah, I got to make this shit. I got to at least make a nickel or a quarter off of
Oh,
this.
right. That's it.
It's like, yeah, it's interesting how people are like that though. They don't really,
Mm-hmm.
they don't research anything. That family that's
That blows my mind. It boggles my mind.
yeah.
And I'm sure that there are actually families that do
Mm-hmm.
that and go out there and then something
Mm-hmm.
happens and they don't make it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's
I mean, I don't want to know about that, but
right.
I can see
I mean,
that.
it's at least two families I've watched before. They're living. I don't know if like somebody took a picture and was like, "Oh, that looks awesome," and that's as far as the thought went, and it was like, "Let's move there." But man, if you're living like right next to a very active stream, you know, and by very active stream, I mean a small river. If you're living by something like that, you're really rolling the dice if you think it's not going to swell and take your fucking shit out. And if you build your homestead, if you build your structure there, like right there, so you can have that little picture perfect shot of a stream right there, and I'll like just step off my porch and wash my feet.
Oh, there was that one. This might be the one that you're talking about. They were in the South ish. And then they had like a standoff with Rainey and whatever because they were like, we're not going to do that.
Yeah,
we're not going to
yeah.
move the house. And he's like, you really need to, and they're like, we're not doing it. And then he's like, take your mic off. I'm like, oh, what? Tough guys? I mean, cool.
Take your mic
You want us
off.
to pack up and leave?
Right.
Okay. We will, but you asked for us for a
Yeah,
reason.
let me get this
So what is
straight.
it?
You wanted us out here because you got tired of
Right.
shitting in Lowe's cans, but now you want to fight? Oh, let
Right.
me put my truck.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, let me show you how I put my truck in reverse. Like I'm not.
Isn't that smooth? Just slide
Yeah,
on in
I
there.
really don't have anything to prove to you. I've got a show where I do this for families all over the US. Do you really feel like I'm at a shortage? I got another family I can go to. Hell, I got my
Right. They're lined
hell,
up.
I got my
Okay.
own family I can go to, and I can film myself and still make an episode out of it. So
Right.
I'll take this mic off when I'm putting it in reverse
Right now.
and leaving you here with this wannabe outhouse. Your stank ass.
Yeah.
Just leave with that. Just leave that. That's your parting. Just stank ass, and just
Fucking
leave.
whatever. What? Never mind. I'm not even gonna say it.
I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of people out there that are really hoping for the best, and they don't have a clue of what it really takes, and or their picture perfect idea of it is only during a certain season, and then they get to winter and they're like, "Ooh, fuck this."
Right. Well, like in Vermont, we realize that until we get those things that can help us and that are hard to do, we're gonna have to hole up in the house for probably the first winter.
Sure.
I'm prepared. I got gummies. I got a puzzle. I got 2 sticks. I'm good to go.
I love that. I love that's your list. I got gummies. I got a puzzle.
And 2 sticks. I can use them as play toys, a functional feature, or a tactical device.
A fucking puzzle.
Look, I've lived through a Wisconsin winter. Okay, they can get cold, and this is Vermont. I'm just saying. I cannot stand you.
Like I'm visualizing you just standing there with these things in your hand with this look on your face, like, yeah, I'm gonna survive this. Like what?
Like, y'all leave me alone. Like I ain't in this.
What? Is that a windmill puzzle? No, it's a lighthouse.
That's
It's a lighthouse.
right. That's what I'm building. I'm a building a lighthouse. Go make it come right off the page.
I got a puzzle.
Look, I'd be like, "That's right, man. I'm building a fucking covered bridge. You know it, okay?
I got
You know
I got these to help me cope. I got this puzzle to challenge my mind, and I got these two sticks in case I want to drum a beat. Fuck y'all, I'm making it through this winter.
If you're a woman and you've never tried peeing standing up, it's not fucking easy. So to have a device that acts as a funnel so that you can pee standing up on the go, it's pretty powerful. You know, you don't have to squat. You don't have to worry about bugs or, you know, ants or wasps or snakes or whatever. You just stand up, put the thing in between your legs. It's like a funnel and you just pee. I've had one for years. I love it. And I've used it in camping. I've used it at like pasture parties. I've used it even in parking lots at a concert whenever I didn't want to go and sit in the line and I knew that I'd be at the car in just a second and it's going to take a while to get to, you know, for the traffic to die down to get out of the concert parking lot. So I just used it in the parking lot. I mean, fuck it, whatever. If you are interested in getting a female urination device, you're in luck because we have a partnership with Go Girl. And you can go to go-girl.com and enter the code DDGoGirl25 and you can get 25% off of your entire purchase. That's the lowest price that they offer anywhere. So you can go and get that and you can pee standing up, which is fucking great. So just keep it in your go bag and you're good to go. So try it. Pee standing up. It's neat. It's discreet. You don't have to take life sitting down. You can go get a Go Girl with the special 25% discount at go-girl.com. So I want you to talk about different things that people can do to help themselves on a homestead that they might not think of, right? That they think about water,
Yeah.
obviously, because water, food, shelter, you got to have those. You just have to.
Gotta know how to.
And you can't afford paradise 100% time.
Shit.
Perfect.
You gotta know how you grow it.
Right. You need
or something. You gotta know how to grow.
You could if at the very least, if you had some Lowe's fucking plastic cans, I don't suggest this because they're not food safe. But if all you had was those and some dirt that you dug up whenever it wasn't frozen and some tomatoes, then that's what you're doing. Start. Right. I mean, it's called survival, right? It's just what it is.
Start. I feel like you have to be in the mindset of starting. And the starting, you have to also be in the mindset it's not going to be pretty. I feel like the things that you gotta have is this understanding of what am I capable of doing and what am I going to need in order to fill those gaps. If like I just mentioned, I am probably not going to be the best in regards to providing large game protein. And so I need to find someone that I can partner with in order to fill that gap. If you're out there homesteading and you don't have that in mind, you're going to be looking at yourself really weirdly.
Probably in a different light.
Really weirdly because there's only so many dandelions you can eat. And rabbits are quick. If you don't know how to trap shit, then you know that's something you should have figured out. You got to be ready to eat something that is real. I feel like you, and I'm speaking for myself, because I'm
Don't you bring me no fucking demon on a platter, okay? I'm not having
because
it.
I'm in society. I'm in a society right now that caters to. Your chicken breasts are on the shelf. You are prepared. These cuts. You're not seeing you're not seeing
how it's
how that
made
got
or
to
whatever.
be. And so,
Right. And that's by design, I
sure,
think. And that's my whole conspiratorial
sure,
thing going
and it's
on.
by design for
Yeah.
sure. But I mean, for the homesteading aspect, if you got chickens, be ready to see what a chicken breast looks like when it's not clean and on the shelf. It looks
Right.
completely different, and it's going to be smaller, and it's going to be real. And I think that a lot of people
Right.
they don't have that in their head. And if you don't, okay, fine. But realize that about yourself before you get out there and you're like, I got 15 chickens. I don't know what to fucking do with it. Uh,
Right.
I just feel like it's a different switch that goes off when you're in that situation. And if you're not prepared for that mentally before you get there, you're going to be overwhelmed. You just are until you get yourself situated. So depending on where you are, depending on what you're trying to do, that's going to lead to the things that you need. Like you were asking, what are the things that people need? Well, it depends on where they are. But
Right.
but the mandatory things that I've found by again by watching the show, I've not gone out and tried it myself. Uh, you're going to need water. You're going to need some sort of food source that is reliable. You're going to have to understand the weather, and if you're building a shelter, you're going to have to be about making sure it is able to contest with the elements and able to contest with predators that might be in the area. For that matter, you need to know your predators that are in the area and which
Right.
predators you're okay with living with and which predators you need to understand you're on their menu. Um, a fox, oh, okay, that's a predator. I might want to check that out.
Oh my God. They're
But
so
I might want to
cute
check that out
though.
because it's going to, this sounds stereotypical, but whatever. They get into your chickens, they get into your rabbits, they get into your meat sources like that.
Well, maybe if just allow them one chicken
Well,
a
and some
month
people do that.
and just say you get only one and then I'm keeping the rest, but you can have
And some
one.
people do that. They have predator stables or predator farms, so they put that away from their main source farm and
Oh,
garden,
sure, sure,
and they
sure.
have it so that
But they're still being taken care
right.
of.
But at the same time, that's something you have to manage because once that goes dry, they're going to come into your main. So
Correct.
so you got
I put that thing on a Roomba,
right.
you know what I'm saying? And then they finish up and then I just shoot them on down like 5
So you
acres.
got predators that you
Good
can
to go.
live with, like a fox, but a bear, you gotta think differently about that one because you can get fucked up by a bear.
Bear does what bear
And I'm putting
wants,
it lightly
usually.
by you can get fucked up because the difference of you getting fucked up by a bear on a trail versus you getting fucked up by a bear on a homestead are totally different things because 10 acres
Right.
is 10 acres is 10 acres. And if you're trying to crawl across 10 acres after getting fucked by a bear, you you're you don't have that realization in your head yet of what to do. Fuck,
Yes.
I tried to walk through a house on muscle relaxers and I already understood I could not do 10 acres crawling
It's hilarious.
crawling anywhere. Like I'm in a house with air
I'm
conditioning.
like, how big is your pack? And you're like 20 pounds. And I'm like, okay, what's the
Yeah, I'm in a
problem?
house with air conditioning and refrigerator full of shit, and I'm like on the other side of the house in a bed going, I don't know if I'm gonna make this shit. I can't even get where the toilet is so
And
far. Oh my god.
I can't even life right now. I cannot
Right.
life. I cannot be bothered with
It's like
that.
I am so glad I don't have to think to breathe because I don't know if I could keep up with myself if I had to. So there's those types of things. I feel like people want to go out and homestead and they just have in their head, yeah, we're gonna put the shelter together. It's gonna be 2 stories. It's gonna have a pulley elevator. It's gonna have this. I'm gonna have a garden full of shit. I'm just gonna be no, no. Maybe like
Probably
maybe
not. I'm
I
just
mean
saying.
if you're on top of it all the time, maybe like
Hmm.
in 3 to 5 years. Maybe like
Right.
in 3 to 5 years. But if you're going out there and you're 3 hours deep and you're trying to figure out, uh, wait, so I gotta. I gotta dig a hole in the ground in order to shit. Oh man, I didn't think about that.
Right.
Yeah, the ground is still hard from winter.
Hmm.
Well, I guess it's on
Yep.
top. I guess it's on the top surface. All right.
Hey, you know what? Composting toilet, wood chips,
Put them leaves over this some bitch and that'd be it.
and leaves. Yeah,
So yeah, I think that
exactly.
that would be the answer for me. It's like just having that in mind, having some sort of realistic just get the brutal understanding of what it is that you're trying to do. And if you're not going out there with full building supplies and planks of wood and all that and roofing already bought, so you could just put that shit all together right then and there, then just realize be you're gonna be roughing it, especially if you're by yourself. There's only so much you can do, and you get injured, that's a setback. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you gotta heal up. You better have some medicine. You better have something for. Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
a painkiller of some sort, and that not be whiskey. You got
Right. Or a leather strap that you bite
yeah,
on.
and for that matter, now you better learn how to grow some shit that can sustain these medicinal needs that you might have along the way, and educate yourself on those medicinal needs. So if you don't have all that, then you need to you know just get yourself acquainted with somebody that can fill those gaps because they're probably going to have some gaps that they need to be they need filling too. So if you can help them out while they help you out, then that's the community thing that we've talked about.
Right.
But
And it's so important, really, because you need to be able to respect
yeah,
each other, but you also need to be able to help
right,
each other whenever they need
right,
help. And sometimes you don't need help at the same
right.
time, but maybe there's some maintenance things that needs to be done, and I can help you with if you help me with this
I
over
mean,
here.
but unfortunately, some people they don't think that through.
Right.
They don't even want to engage because somehow their ego is in the way, and they're like, no, fuck, I'm gonna figure it out. I mean, cool, you can figure it out. Yeah, I mean, okay, like go ahead. Hey, figure it out. I'm
Right.
all for self education. Figure it out.
Hmm.
But you know, you just gotta know it, it might not end too well. Uh,
Right.
yeah,
Surprise!
it might it might be.
Surprise,
You
bitches!
might end up, you you might end up like Into the Wild, and that movie
Oh,
didn't end too well. But the desire and the ambition and the information. I mean, he had a whole book of
right,
stuff. It just you might
right.
read the page wrong, and shit get really real. So
That's why you need to always carry the
yes,
book
right,
that we have a
yeah,
thing with, and he's going to tell you about it. But you actually might just be
right.
okay if you had the book, really, because I think if you get the book, then you might not be murdered. Maybe, I don't know.
You might be murdered, but you have a higher, you have a lesser chance of being murdered if you get the book. But yeah, I get the
Whichever.
book. You can find it on our website. You can find it. We have it available. A lot of people have been enjoying it. You should be able to enjoy it too. It's got a lot of information in there.
Yeah.
We're not saying it's going to have everything in there for your homesteading needs, but it's going to have a lot of things that
No.
fills in those gaps that you might
Right.
need, or at least give you a better understanding of how to educate yourself and how to do some
For
things.
sure. And it's absolutely
Yeah.
gorgeous. It's a beautiful book. So go to the dinosaur&thedude.com and look for the book.
Another thing, if you
What?
go out onto our website, you're going to find out that we are now partnered with a very amazing company called Let Us Grow. They
I'm so excited.
are probably your best bet on getting an understanding of how you need to grow your shit while still living in your home. It's I've done it before my own way, but to now see that it's possible for you to get different different farm stands from Lettuce Grow to where you can have just these layers of different things where you're growing herbs here, maybe some vegetables
I
there.
cannot wait. I cannot wait.
You're and and for all the tech savvies out there, they also have an app that will let you know, hey, your pH balance is a little bit off. You might want to check on that. And it's
Oh Lord, they do, don't they?
it's not one of
Okay.
those things where it's like, well, that's not really homesteading because you got tech. Again, if you're going a little bit deeper into it, where you're going to be out there homesteading, that's a whole different way of it. But at least using something like Let Us Grow gives you the understanding of, wait, what is pH balance and how does that play effect on my
Right.
crops? Let's just call it that. But yeah, definitely check it
Well,
out.
that's what it is. It's a small hand picked, like not hand picked, but like hand
Yeah, and
selected.
you can put your own
Um,
stuff out there and just get an understanding of what it takes to grow actual things that you.
I cannot wait to do
So
this
yeah,
with and then
yeah.
report back
So
because my gardens
hmm
outside, they're
hmm
done.
hmm
They're done. An animal got into it, and I haven't been
but
feeling
this is
good. So
definitely one of those things that allows anybody really to start growing things in a very controlled area, kind of like
mhm.
a greenhouse, but it might be in your kitchen, or it might be where you read.
Instead of an internal greenhouse, it's an
You might be able
external
to,
greenhouse.
where you're reading your books, you might have a little, some basil growing there. Who knows? It's your choice, but any way
Yeah,
you want to do it, go over to thedinosaur&thedude.com and you will find all that your heart desires from Let Us Grow. And we're
truly.
going to be making it available for everybody. You can check it out. Our code's going to be there. Be sure to use it. And yeah, keep checking out for more. We're going to try and get um, some special things for just you, our listeners, because you're the
Yeah,
best.
things that we think that you might like or want
Yeah,
or need.
that's what we always do. Actually, every episode is things that you might like or want or need, but it just comes from our mouth. So there's that. But
Wow.
okay, well, so I think we're done yapping.
I love how you make it so fucking awkward. Hold on. Before
Oh,
we go, let me tell you what I've been doing because I'm
what?
ADD while while we were talking.
Oh,
I was looking up
I
Explorer
knew you
Bear.
were. I knew you were looking at something because I was like,
Was
she
I
is into something, and I'm catching her in like, hey, so yeah, that's what I think. You like, okay. I was like, okay, she's into
Oh, I'm so
she is
sorry. I'm
into
so
something.
sorry.
She's reading or
We have
something.
there's such good products. Like I'm
Mm.
I'm looking at this stainless steel foldable, I don't know how to say it, takibi?
Give it a go. Yeah, that's
Takibi?
good. Keep working it.
I don't
No, keep it
know.
going. Mm-hmm.
Um
Biggity biggity,
no.
biggity
That's what I'm
biggity.
calling it. Big perm, big
Oh,
worm, So fire and grill with a carrying bag, and this thing looks like a little bitty monster of a grill. I could do some fucking hibachi shit
oh
on
my
that.
god. Oh my god.
That would be
Why'd
awesome.
you
Wait, does it have a?
what's with your
Oh,
back? I burned it. What happened? I put my backpack on too early. I didn't let it cool off.
we had to go. We just had to
I
go.
said, give me 5 minutes, and I should have taken 10. Shit. I burnt my back. I
My
burnt my
bad.
back.
So yeah, I was looking at that. From Explorer
Mm-hmm.
Bear, and just look for the foldable grill. Um, I didn't go there. I didn't go there. Oh, I was looking at Condor
Mm-hmm.
for hydration
Mm-hmm.
packs.
Mm-hmm.
I figure if we're going to be working our asses off out
You
there,
need
we're going to
you
need
stay
water,
hydrated. Yeah. We just talked about how water is
and we need to
important.
be able to just to
Water is
go.
important.
Yeah, and if you need to know more about
Yeah.
it, go check out Bushcrafting
Dinosaur
2. Wait, H2
H2O
Whoa Part 1
and
and H2 Whoa Part
part
2. It was I thought it was fun
2.
to do. So hopefully you get something out of it.
They will. They always
I was
do.
gonna say get off on it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
no. Uh-uh.
Well,
Not doing
Before
it.
we swing out, we also want to say thank you to everybody in Ukraine that is now listening to our episodes. We appreciate that,
Right?
and we checked you all out. Look at you, a lot of shit going down in Ukraine. So for you all to be able to spend some time listening to us, you
That's some
are
self-care, I
either
think.
really in need of some distraction, or
Oh,
some
honey, come get a hug.
somebody said, "Hey, I heard this really weird show. You might."
Yikes. What I initially thought was, well, maybe they're listening to it while they rebuild.
Maybe, maybe we,
And I wasn't being
maybe
shitty. I was like,
maybe we
genuinely,
are that. I don't know.
a beacon of
I don't
light
know. Anyway,
in a dark
appreciate
world.
everybody in Ukraine listening to us. There's a lot of things.
Hey, hang in there,
There's a
guys.
lot of things
Seriously.
happening in the world. So if we're helping in some way for you all to be listening to us, then keep listening.
We're like uneducated
We'll
therapy.
we'll do our best to help with laughter and entertainment, I guess. I don't know.
Teach you what not to do.
We're not going to help you with homesteading. I don't know what the fuck. But in any way.
Hey, are you good to chat for a bit after we get off?
Yeah.
Oh, God, we're going to get off, bro.
Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. It's finally happening.
It's happening. Finally
happening in season 3. Season 3. Finally happening. Check your box.
Yeah, it was many more years than
check
that.
Your box. Yeah. Okay, let's go through the sign-off thing, and then we can.
Guys, we don't have a sign-off thing. This is genuine every single time. We never repeat ourselves, and I always fuck it up. That part's true.
Well, in any way, thanks everybody for listening. We really appreciate you all giving your time and ears and curiosity to us. Hopefully, we've met the mark, and you guys want to come back for more.
I think that if I can get somebody to laugh so hard that they'll pee their pants, like my work here is done. I don't know what else I can give you. So if you happen to piss yourself whenever you're listening to us, do let me know. And you can do that by going to TheDinosaur&TheDude.com.
And hit us up on social media and just let us know. If you want to show us your piss pants, go right ahead.
And we may say later for TikTok, and hey, it was a good run, but it's a sad day, but it's fine. There'll be others. There's a lot of smart people around, I'm going to set us up a Lemonade account.
Okay.
I don't know if you know what that is.
All right.
Are you down? Do you know what that is?
We can talk about it. Sure. I don't know if we want another account. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know. We'll chat about it. Anyway.
We'll see.
All the dudes, dudettes, hoes and gigolos, motherfuckers and fatherfuckers.
Yep, fuckers.
Love you all. You all be cool.
Oh my God. And y'all need to love yourself.
Yeah, really hard. And be cool.
Really hard.
We think
be cool.
You all are cool.
And whatever you want to do, it's good. It's fine.
But
just be safe and take care of each other.
No matter what, always remember, she's the dinosaur. And I'm the fucking dude, and you guys are amazing. Stay amazing. Come back next time when we have another episode for you, and
just subscribe to us, okay? We've got shit going on, and I know that sounds really crazy, but like if you're new here, he helps take care of his dad, and I'm going through chemo, so sometimes we miss each other, and that's okay.
No, she's still trying to get all. Get the.
I'm gonna kick you right in your face.
She's trying to get all the Hallmark violins playing in the background. Meanwhile,
listen, Sensei.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, fuck y'all, bye.
What? No, you would never just do that. Way too cute.
Thanks, lady. I really appreciate you. Love you.
You're welcome. And thank you so much. I love you, gosh, so much.
And
I love you too.
And we're out.
Bye.
All right.